My mother set down her wine glass and smiled at me across the table. Your little tech job pays play money, sweetheart. Your brother has a real salary. My brother Derek nodded. He worked in corporate finance. Same company as my dad did for 30 years. I stayed quiet. Took a sip of water. My father cleared his throat. We're asking both of you to contribute $50,000 each for the retirement fund renovation. It's only fair. Derek agreed immediately, said he'd wire it next week. Everyone looked at me. I didn't argue. I didn't correct them. I just said I'd think about it. Want to know what play money bought me 6 months later? I had the numbers in my pocket that night. The offer letter, the equity summary, the bonus statement. But I didn't show them. That was my first mistake. Or maybe my best move. Drop your time zone in the comments. Curious who's watching at 2 a.m. And hit like if you've ever been underestimated by someone who should have known better. I was always the creative one. The disappointment. Derek followed my dad into finance. MBA from a name school. My parents flew out for his graduation. Rented a hotel suite. Through a dinner, I went to community college. Then a coding boot camp. Taught myself React on weekends while working retail. Nobody flew anywhere for me. When I landed my first junior developer job, I made $52,000 a year. I called my mom to tell her. She said, "That's nice, honey. When are you going to get serious about a career?" I stopped calling about promotions after that, but I kept records. Every offer letter, every performance review, every Slack message where a manager praised my work. Not paranoia. Pattern recognition. My mentor at that first startup taught me 2 things. How to write clean code, and how to document everything. He said, in this industry, your work speaks, but receipts shout. I got promoted 3 times in 4 years. Junior developer, mid-level engineer, senior engineer. My parents didn't ask about any of it. Derek got promoted to associate director at his firm. My dad took him golfing. Posted about it on Facebook. Proud of my son climbing the ladder. I hit senior engineer 2 weeks later. My parents forgot to call. So when my mom called my salary play money, I knew exactly what was coming next. They needed cash, and they thought I was the weak one. 3 days after the dinner, my dad called. He wanted a family meeting. I drove to their house. Derek was already there, sitting on the couch like he owned it. My dad pulled out a printed spreadsheet, color-coded rows, renovation budget. We need 100,000 total. You each cover 50. Fair is fair. I asked to see the contractor bids. My mother's face tightened. This isn't about spreadsheets. This is about gratitude. I asked for a timeline. When did they need it? What was the scope? My dad sighed like I was exhausting him. Your brother already agreed. He transferred his half this morning. Derek looked at me, calm, confident. I already sent mine. Are you really going to make this hard? I asked if I could have 2 weeks to review my finances. Make sure I could cover it. My dad stood up. 2 weeks to decide if you love your parents. My mom reached for a tissue, after everything we sacrificed. I didn't think we'd have to beg our own child. I felt my throat tighten, but I held steady. I just need time. My dad walked to the door, opened it. You have till the end of the month. After that, we'll know where we stand. I left, didn't say goodbye. The door closed behind me hard enough to echo. The family group chat exploded the next day. My mom posted a vague message about sacrifice and disappointment. My aunt replied with a sad emoji. I typed a reply. Asked for documentation, contractor quotes, permits. 2 minutes later, I was removed from the chat. My cousin's wedding invitation came in the mail a week later. Addressed to Derek and guest. My name wasn't on it. I texted my cousin. She said my mom told her to save a stamp, that I was dealing with money trouble and might not come. My mother sent me a voicemail at 11 at night. Your father has chest pains, stress, from your selfishness. Derek posted a photo on Instagram 3 days later. Brunch, my parents, my aunt, my uncle, everyone smiling. The caption said, the ones who show up. I wasn't in it. My best friend told me to walk away, cut them off. They were toxic. But I kept asking myself the same question. Was I the villain? Maybe my salary really was play money. Maybe I'd built nothing that mattered. I opened my banking app that night. Not to transfer the $50,000, to remember what I'd built. Then my phone buzzed. Email from HR. The subject line said annual compensation review. I opened it. Base salary, $198,000. Effective 8 months ago. They'd bumped me from $185,000 in January. I'd forgotten to check. I sat there staring at the number. Then I did the math. Derek had been at his firm for 5 years. Associate director. I looked up the salary range for his title in our city. Probably 110 to 130,000. Maybe less. I made more than my brother. Maybe 70,000 more. And nobody in my family knew. I screenshotted the offer letter. Saved it to a folder. Opened LinkedIn. Found Derek's profile. His title was public. Associate Director, Regional Finance, mid-tier, good job, respectable. But not senior. Not 6 figures in the high range. I closed my laptop. My mom had called my work play money, but her golden child made 2/3 of what I did. Maybe half, depending on his bonus structure. The comment wasn't ignorance. It was projection. I didn't send the screenshot to the family chat. Not yet. Because 3 days later, my manager sent me a Slack message. Got 5 minutes? Comp discussion. I knew what that meant. And it was bigger than salary. The deadline came and went. I didn't send the money. My dad left me a voicemail. Your mother and I are disappointed beyond words. We're telling the family why you're not at the wedding. Derek texted me an hour later. You're burning bridges you can't rebuild. Mom's rewriting her will. Don't say I didn't warn you. I didn't reply. My cousin, the bride, texted me that night. Confused. Hey, your mom said you're going through something financial and you're embarrassed. I had no idea. You don't need to bring a gift. Just come. I felt my stomach drop. They were telling people I was broke, that I couldn't manage money, that I was ashamed. The wedding was 4 weeks away. I could have corrected the story right then, sent the salary letter, the LinkedIn comparison, but my equity vested in 2 weeks, and I had a better idea. My manager had scheduled the comp call for Monday. I already knew what it was. Our company refreshed equity grants every 2 years for high performers. I'd hit every metric, shipped 3 major features, led a team rebuild. The last grant had been $2.4 million in stock over 4 years. If this one was even half that, I'd have the leverage I needed. Not to win an argument, to end one. The call came Monday morning. My manager didn't waste time. You're getting a refreshed equity grant. Congrats. Emails in your inbox. I opened it while she was still talking. Restricted stock units. RSUs. 4-year vest. Quarterly release. Total grant value at current stock price. $2.4 million. I already had $690,000 vested from the prior grant. I unmuted. Thank you. She laughed. You earned it. Check the full breakdown. First quarter vests in 10 days. I opened the attachment after we hung up. First vesting slice, $73,000 in stock. I took a screenshot. Saved it in the same folder as the salary letter. Then I pulled up Derek's LinkedIn again. Associate Director, 5 years tenure. His company wasn't public, but I knew the market. He probably made $120,000, maybe $130,000 if he had a decent bonus year. Good money, respectable, enough to live well. But I had $2.4 million in equity walking out the door over 4 years, and a base salary that already doubled his. My mom's words echoed. Play money. I wasn't playing anymore. I needed to know why. Why the sudden cash demand? Why the guilt trip? Why now? I called Mrs. Halloran. She'd been our neighbor for 15 years. Retired accountant. Still did my parents' taxes as a favor. We talked about her garden, her grandkids. Then I asked casually if my parents were doing okay financially. She paused. Oh, they're fine, sweetheart. Your dad's pension is healthy. House is paid off. I asked why they'd need $100,000 for renovations. Another pause. Longer this time. Well, your dad mentioned wanting to help Derek buy a place before the rates go up. He said it was generous of them. My hand tightened on the phone. Wait, the renovation? Oh, maybe that too. But the priority was Derek's down payment. He had his eye on a condo. $420,000, I think. Your dad said $50,000 would bridge the gap for him. I thanked her, hung up, sat in my car for 10 minutes. They didn't need the money. Derek needed the money, and I was the ATM. The cover story. They were going to take my $50,000 and hand it to my brother without telling him where it came from. Keep him the golden child. Keep me the failure. I wasn't hurt anymore. I was done. My annual bonus hit the next morning. $340,000. Performance. Stock. Profit share. Deposited. I sat at my desk and opened a real estate app. I'd been renting a 1-bedroom for 4 years, saving, investing, watching my equity grow. I filtered for 2-bedroom condos, walkable neighborhood, under $350,000. Found one in 30 minutes, 1205 Maple Street, 2-bed, 2-bath, updated kitchen, 10-minute walk to a park, listed at $318,000. I called my realtor, made an offer that afternoon. All cash, no inspection contingency. Close in 3 weeks. She called me back in 2 hours. They accepted. Congratulations. I signed the paperwork digitally, wired the deposit. The wedding was in 6 days. I wasn't going to announce the purchase. Wasn't going to post about it. I was just going to show up. Calm, dressed well, existing. And if anyone asked about money, I'd tell the truth. No drama, just facts. I saved every document in a cloud folder. Offer acceptance, closing disclosure, salary letter, equity summary, bonus deposit. I named the folder Play Money. Bitter? Maybe. But it felt right. The wedding was in 6 days. I RSVP'd yes, and I bought a new suit. The wedding was beautiful. Outdoor reception, white tent, string lights. I arrived alone. Wore the new suit, navy, fit perfectly. My family saw me walk in. My mother's face flickered. Surprise, then something else. I got a drink. Stood near the cocktail tables. Derek found me 10 minutes later. My parents right behind him. My dad spoke first. Glad you came. Maybe you've reconsidered helping family. I stayed calm. Sipped my drink. Derek stepped closer, louder. A few guests nearby turned. It's never too late to do the right thing. I set my glass down. I just bought a place. Closed yesterday. All cash. My mother laughed. Sharp. Renting? No, owned. $318,000. All of it. She blinked. Derek's smile faded. That's impossible. I pulled out my phone. Opened the closing disclosure. Turned the screen toward them. The header was clear. Paid in full. My uncle walked over. He's sharp. Reads everything. Wait, you bought a place? Cash? I nodded. Derek tried to deflect. Must have been a fixer-upper. I swiped to the property photos. Clean. Updated. Move-in ready. My dad's jaw tightened. How? I opened my email. Pulled up the salary offer letter. Base pay is $198,000. Has been since January. I turned the screen. My uncle read over my dad's shoulder. 198? That's your base? I nodded. Then I opened the equity summary. This is the stock grant. $2.4 million. Over 4 years. Already vested $690,000 from the last one. My mother's face went white. My uncle stared at the screen. That's real? Yeah. Derek said nothing. My mom tried to recover. Well, money isn't everything. I looked at her. You made it everything. I just kept score. My dad started to speak. I cut him off. Quiet. Steady. I would have helped, if you'd asked honestly. Instead, you lied to the family. Called me selfish. Told people I couldn't manage money. I looked at Derek. The renovation fund was for his down payment. Wasn't it? Silence. I put my phone away. We're done. For now. I walked back to my table. My cousin hugged me. Whispered thank you. My phone buzzed. Mom calling. I let it ring. My parents texted the next day. We didn't know about your salary. We're sorry for the misunderstanding. Can we move past this? I read it twice. No accountability. Just sorry for the misunderstanding, I replied. Family therapy. Together. Or we keep our distance. Your call. Read receipt. No reply. A week later, my aunt told me the truth. My parents couldn't fund Derek's down payment anymore. They'd been counting on my $50,000 to make the math work. Without it, they were short. Derek had to rent for another year. He didn't contact me. My uncle did. Took me to lunch a month later. I'm sorry I didn't ask sooner. I should have known something was off. I told him it wasn't his fault. My cousin, the bride, sent me a thank you note. You showed me it's okay to correct the record. I needed to see that. I framed it. 8 months later, I got promoted again. Staff engineer. My equity package grew to $3.1 million with the stock rise. I furnished the condo. Adopted a dog. Started hosting small dinners for friends who felt like family. Real family. I donated $25,000 to my old coding boot camp. Scholarship fund. Named it after my mentor who passed away 2 years ago. I also started volunteering. Interview prep coaching for boot camp grads. Helping people who were underestimated. Just like I was. My parents reached out again a year after the wedding. My dad called. His voice was different. Quieter. I was wrong. Can we try again? I said yes. With conditions. He needed help with a plumbing issue. $4,000. Real problem. I verified it. I paid for it. But I wrote a family loan agreement. Signed. Notarized. He paid me back in 6 months. Our relationship now? Civil. Bounded. Careful. I don't need them to believe in me anymore. I needed me to believe in me. The receipts were just proof I already had. Play money bought me a home, a future, and the clarity to know who I build for now. Here's my question for you. Have you ever been underestimated by the people who were supposed to know you best? Did you confront them? Walk away? Something in between? Tell me in the comments. I read them all. And if this story felt familiar, hit subscribe. We've got more receipts where this came from. See you in the next one. This is a fictionalized dramatization and not legal or financial advice.